there, I'm Gavin Lee.
And I'm Laura Michelle Kelly.
I play Bert in Mary Poppins.
And I play Mary Poppins in Mary Poppins.
And we just want to say hello to all the Broadway.com fans, and we are here to answer your questions.
I'll go first. Okay, from Jordan. How do you adjust?
Hello, Jordan.
Hello, Jordan. How do you adjust to singing and dancing upside down? Have you ever had any scary experiences while doing so?
Well, when I first learnt to tap dance upside down in rehearsals many years ago, because I've been doing this show for so long, they built me a swing frame, so I wasn't very high up off the floor, and they kind of left me in a room with a stage manager and said, just work something out. So I worked out some tapping upside down, which was very different from tapping on the floor. And then they put me on the stage, and I went a lot higher, and all the tapping went out the window. And now I don't even think about it. Everyone asks me, is it scary? But it's not scary anymore, but it certainly was when I started. And I have had a mishap. In London, I had a mishap. I thought that they said it wasn't going to work, which is this sign from the stage management in the wings, so I started to unclip myself. But they didn't say that, they were doing this, which is the sign that's going to work. And so I started getting pulled up on one wire. I only got about 10 feet off the floor, and I was screaming, "Stop!" into the wings, and they stopped. And I was left hanging there for the rest of the number like a dead fly in a spider's web, just like this. Yes. This is from Maddie. Besides Mary Poppins, which classic Disney movie is your favourite?
Well, I think my favourite's actually got to be Beauty and the Beast, because Maddie, isn't it?
It is Maddie.
Maddie, because Beauty and the Beast I watched over and over and over again when I was going up for the show, which was my very first professional paid gig when I was 17. So I think.
And you understudied Belle.
And I understudied Belle, and I got to go on for Belle, so that was my first go at the West End stage. From Tricia, what is the one cast album that you can't live without?
The one cast album that I can't live without. I don't listen to many cast albums anymore. I used to in my teens and in my 20s, but I'm very old now. But
Mary Poppins.
I used to listen to Mary Poppins sometimes, not a lot. I play it to my daughter, my 3-month-old daughter. But I think the musical that I listened to the most was The Falsettos. It was from about 10 years ago. I just thought all the music in that show was fantastic. What about you?
My favourite cast album, I liked Wicked, actually.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone likes Wicked.
I saw Dina in Wicked and I was like, gotta get it, so I did. Okay, from Larry, what is the last thing you do at night before dropping off to sleep?
Larry, the last thing I do at night before dropping off to sleep is I pick up my, talking about my baby again, I pick up my baby daughter from the nursery in her bed, and I walk sideways through the nursery door and the bedroom door, and I plonk her on our bed. And then I get into bed and I check that she's asleep, and I go to sleep for about 2 hours, and then I'm woken up with her crying she wants feeding. From Andrew, have you kept in contact with Johnny Depp after working with him in Sweeney Todd?
Oh, it's funny you should say that. No. He's a lovely man to work with, and wow, what an amazing, amazing actor. But no, no. Sadly, no. Okay, from Shirley, what is the most memorable stage mishap or flub that has happened during your show? From Shirley.
The thing that I'm most embarrassed about is in Mary Poppins, there's a part in Act 2 where I spell the word welcome in the sky. I paint it with my chimney brush with a brush on the end, and it happens behind me. It's all computerized, so as I write W-E-L-C, it's spelling behind me. And I did the whole thing, and then I turn around and I look at it and I see that it's backwards. Well, I turned around and it wasn't there. So for about 45 seconds I'd been spelling the word welcome, and the audience is sitting there going, "What's he doing? What's he doing?" And I was so embarrassed, and the kids that Mary and Jane, Michael and Jane are supposed to run on and frighten me straight after the welcome sign. And because it didn't happen and I was confused and I started doing really bad Mary acting. Oh, where is Mary? Where's Mary? Nothing's happening. I walked off stage and they ran on and walked straight off the other side because we were all messed up. And the set went out, and it's the Fly a Kite scene, which is no set at all. And we're not on stage and the music stops, and I screamed to the Jane Banks, "Why didn't you come on stage?" And she started crying. I mean, it wasn't her fault at all. And Michael was like, "I think we better go back on." The stage management came running down and went, "Why are you on the stage?" And I was like, "What's the line? I don't know the line." And we were just all like going, like chickens with our heads cut off. And I finally ran back on stage and just turned around and went, "Hey kids, so what are you doing in the park?" And it was the most embarrassing moment in London that I ever had. From Joey, name one thing that you can't get in NYC that you miss about London, and one thing you can't get in London that you miss NYC.
I have to say, I miss Heinz baked beans quite a lot.
They're a very important part of British breakfasts.
But I think the thing I really, really miss the most are places and specific like diners or restaurants that I usually go to back in London. So as soon as I get back to London, I haven't been for like a year and a half, I will probably go to my favourite cafe called Design. So I might go there. And here, I would miss my daily diner that I like to go to, called Metro Diner. You can't get either of those places in either place, but yeah.
Nice answer.
Okay.
From Carla, what's your typical breakfast?
Oh, I get the same thing every day. I am a creature of habit because our life is kind of like crazy. I always want to eat the same thing every day. I have poached egg, medium, in a cup on whole wheat toast with avocado and bacon on the side, occasionally bacon, not always. But I also like to make my fresh fruit smoothies in the morning and wheatgrass shot. And so I have a big breakfast.
Do you do that yourself or you get that at the diner?
I get the diner breakfast, but I make the smoothie myself.
Right.
And I get the wheatgrass shot from around the corner.
Very healthy.
I know. And I make sure I eat lots of nuts in the morning. So I eat a big breakfast. From Charlotte, are you still crazy for ribs? How often do you eat them?
Charlotte,
do you like ribs?
Yeah, Charlotte, you must have read something where I said I loved ribs. Yes, I used to go to Dallas Barbecue across from the theatre a lot. Haven't been, it's so not healthy, but tastes great. I do love ribs, but I have to say I don't think I've had ribs for months and months and months. I would like to get back to Dallas Barbecue very soon. From Christine, what was your favourite part about being in Lord of the Rings musical?
I loved flying again. I mean, there's something about flying. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I have to do anything that's really scary. I just love it. So
and your entrance.
My entrance, I came up with it. I was like looking at all these circus-trained people all around me, and we were training every single day, and they were practicing every day. I had nothing to practice for. So I was like, can I do something really scary, please? And they were like, well, we'll see. So I was working on silk flying, but then we'd worked out all this fantastic stuff, and I got really fit. And then they were like, well, you can't do that because you need a proper costume. You can't do it with because you can't really have a big costume when you're doing silk flying. So we scrapped all of that, and I just come in looking pretty, like this.
But it was a fantastic entrance.
And then I had to sing upside down.
It was pretty amazing.
It was fun. You can go on YouTube and find it. I'm not sure it's allowed, but you should. Okay. From Helen, if you could switch parts with anyone on Broadway, who would it be and why?
Alphaba. No. Who would I like to be? I tell you what I would like to, the part I'd like to be, and I'm a bit gutted. I saw How to Succeed in Business 15 years ago when it was the production with Matthew Broderick. Fell in love with that show and that part. And I'm a bit gutted that I'm really past it now because obviously Harry Potter's playing it now and he's like 22, I'm 39, I'm never going to play that part. But at 39, no, it's not going to happen. So that's one part that I've missed that I'm very upset about because I love that show. From Paige, what are your top 5 favourite songs on your iPod?
Oh, at the moment, The National, which is called England. I like New Morning by Alpha Rev. I've just discovered Fleet Foxes for the first time. They're pretty cool. I'm listening to False White Nights, which is fun. Brooke Fraser, Something in the Water. She's incredible. Everyone should get her album. And of course, Anything on the Natasha Bedingfield Strip Me album. Wow!
Is that a new album?
Yeah. Every song on it. She's brilliant. She's brilliant. And she's seen us loads. She's seen us in London. She's seen us here.
She knows Natasha very well.
But it is a brilliant album. You should get it. From Carter, do you ever get mistaken for somebody else, and who?
No. Oh, I tell you someone I get mistaken for. Because when I left the London cast and came to Broadway, the fantastically talented Gavin, who is American and has starred in Broadway shows, went over to take over from me. So a lot of the time people go, oh, Gavin Creel, lovely to meet you. And I'm like, oh no, I'm not Gavin Creel. But you did it in London. Yeah, he did it in London. And so a lot of the times people think we're the same person. From Robert, which of these, Step in Time, Jolly Holiday or Supercal, is your favourite number to perform and why?
Supercal.
Why?
Because everybody's in one space together and we're all having fun. So from Emily, if you could each choose one word to describe each other, what would it be and why? Fun.
Oh, you beat me. Boring. No, I didn't mean that. I thought we were playing opposites. Sorry. Professional.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds boring.
Yeah, that is boring. No, it's good to be professional on stage. People have paid $120 to come and see the show.
All right, well, that's it for us. It's been fun, hasn't it?
Thank you for sending in all these questions.
Thank you to
we
everybody.
Hope you've answered them well
Shirley,
and
Josh,
not too fast.
And from Charlotte.
All right,
we appreciate it.
We just want to say, keep logging on to Broadway.com and
come and see us.
Come and see Mary Poppins.
It's new every day.
At the New Amsterdam Theatre. See you later.
Bye.
Cheerio.